It took me a while to get to this comment, but I had it sitting in my drafts because I think this is very important to talk about. It is not uncommon for people to know things are going on or to have heard things or seen things from the abusive person before you even came along. And quite often they'll just keep it in the back of their mind because they feel like they don't want to get involved. They want to stay neutral. It's not their place, blah, blah, blah. So when I left my abuser, I was like laying low. I was kind of like hiding from people, wasn't talking to anyone. It was a very scary time. And I was actually in Spain, and a mutual friend reached out to me. I do believe, looking back, that they were just fishing for information. They were a flying monkey, and they got it, and they delivered it very quickly. But in the process of doing this, they revealed some information to me. So we're texting back and forth, and I was like, I know a lot of people don't believe me that they're abusive. And they said, I believe you. I had a feeling that something was not right, and that's why I reached out to you. And you're not the first one that has told me something about them. I heard it before. What? From who? Why didn't you warn me? Because it was by someone I did not know and did not know if he was saying the truth or not, so I left it. And here's me shocked. Like, I was like, is it a guy? Because this is like a queer situation, whatever. And I was like, a guy told you this? So anyway, this is really important because here's someone who had this information, who heard details, specific things. I later found out that it was very specific. Well, this is how this person acts when they're drunk or at a party or when they get mad or whatever, like very specific. Obviously it was a roommate, someone that had lived with this person, my ex, my abuser, seen how they had treated their previous partner and, had told this other mutual friend. And this person never checked on me. We lived up the street. They never checked on my son. They never were like, hey, are you okay? Or when we first started dating, I don't know, proceed with caution. I've heard some things, which again, it doesn't always work, but not one time in 2.5 years did they share this information. It wasn't until after I left that they were like, no, I believe you. Everything that you've said so far lines up perfectly what this other person told me. But because they didn't know that person, and also because I believe they didn't want to believe it, they chose not to, and they chose not to share that. I'm sharing that because this goes along very much with this comment. There are so many people, like I said, who are just going to come up with reasons to, again, stay neutral, to withhold information that they might have that could possibly keep that person safe. Again, not everyone is going to heed those warnings because unfortunately when you're being bombarded, love bombed, your brain is just already a slosh of chemicals and it's very difficult to sort out what's real and what's not. But I very much want to say that obviously, and this person knows it too, when someone is coming at you with stuff like that, and the person who told me that did indeed pick sides with my abuser because I took my dog. And, they probably would have done that no matter what I did or didn't do because toxic people do tend to stick with toxic people. But absolutely, when you have someone who has that information and they admit to knowing about that, or they're staying in contact with these people despite knowing these kinds of things, absolutely not mutuals. Give them the block, hit the block button and go.